Hello, welcome back to my channel. We are going to stop making promises that we're going to come back because clearly can't keep consistent. I don't know, I find it very difficult. Major respect to anyone who has a 9-to-5 and finds time to make these videos. Anyway, wanted to come back by starting a new series. I love a series. That's the problem, is like I can't consistently film and edit and upload, but I love a series, so continuity is kind of needed for that. But wanted to create a series where monthly I do some check-in questions, the same 10 questions every single month, mostly for myself, just to sort of document how I'm feeling, what's going on, so that I can look back and see how things were going at the time. Obviously, if any of this resonates with you, or you want to make, a version of a monthly check-in for yourself, I think these are great. I miss the days of YouTube way back when you could make video responses. Anyway, maybe this will inspire you to do your own kind of like check in with yourself, check in with your friends. If you're in a partnership, then check in with each other. And I think it would be really great to see if, looking back over the months, that I see some growth in myself. Just seeing where I'm at in like a year is going to be really incredible, I think. So let's start out with the questions. Question number 1, if you could describe how you feel or how you've been feeling in one word, what would it be? I think as of late, the one word that I would use would probably be dampened, which I know is like not a very uplifting word, but just with the start of the new year and just the way that multiple events, like in my romantic life, my personal life, my work life, have kind of just accumulated, like I just feel there are things that I'm excited about and looking forward to, but I'm just not experiencing a lot of joy lately. Question number 2 is, what was one good and one bad surprise this month? So I'll start with the bad. I've been experiencing some health issues, concerns that have come up. I'm pretty bad with attending and scheduling my routine checkups, whether that's medical or dental or visual. Like, I'm just really bad with annual checkups or every 6 months or whatever is recommended, which I highly discourage, because when I went to my gynecologist appointment earlier this year, I have an IUD. I just wanted to check that everything was good with the 5 years that I've had it. They actually found something in some pap smear results, some abnormalities, so I've just been getting some testing done, and it's a little concerning. Like, I'm sure everything is fine, but abnormalities are concerning, so that was a not so fun surprise. But do your routine checkups, because it's better to catch things earlier rather than later and not have to wonder how long these things have been happening. And one good surprise that I can think of, there have been several things, but the biggest thing as of late is that I guess it was just last week, I actually got beyonce concert tickets. I'm so excited. The Renaissance album, in my opinion, album of the year, was revolutionary, so I cannot wait to see it live. Okay, I actually had to move because I'm not comfortable talking around other people. I think this album was incredibly revolutionary, especially when it comes to the queer community, communities of color, the Black community. I think that the concert and the tour are going to be amazing. Already, I feel like TikTok is so on top of like how we're going to do this, how we're going to experience this together, what we're gonna wear. Like, I'm so excited. It's not until August, so much time until then. It's not even the musical event coming up like soonest, but I'm just so excited. Question number 3 is, what do you feel the most confident in currently? I think I feel really confident in some of the habits that I've made in the weeks since the year started. We don't have to go, slight trauma there, but we don't have to go into this, but I did have a mouse infestation in my apartment recently, so that was really fun and traumatizing, and I'm still not paranoid, but anyway, I think that really changed my personal habits when it came to cleanliness. Like, I've never been the clean roommate, I would say, but living alone, you kind of are at your own mercy in terms of how clean or not clean you keep your space. So yeah, I've just been really proud of the ways that I've changed my own cleaning habits and like, you know, not letting things sit for too long and dealing with things like as you come across them. Like that makes me feel really confident and like content in my own living space, which is really great. Like there's areas of my life where I'm like really not confident at present, but yeah, I'm like really happy with like the state of my living quarters at present. Question number 4 is, how do you feel about relationships in your life at the moment? Romantic, platonic, work, etc. This is a hard one. I mean, I hope that this question is answered differently in the months to come, but I feel very like shaky on a lot of the relationships in my life, which I think make me question my own confidence and, you know, like how I get along with other people. Like I'm just wondering a lot, like if I'm too intense, I'm, you know, not reaching out to people enough or not empathetic when people are talking to me. Like it just makes me a little worried. I went through kind of a serious relationship-y thing. It was like a month long of just like dating someone in kind of a serious way, but that didn't pan out, and that has kind of shaken me, I think, in terms of how hopeful I do or don't feel about, you know, dating prospects in the future. Friends, like I don't have a friend group. Like I have lots of different friends and a lot of them have their own friend groups, but it just makes it hard. Today is Valentine's Day. I don't really have like Galentine's Day, Palentine's Day plans, and I just don't have the energy this year to host something as I have done in the past. There have been a couple things lately where people are like flaky on me, and it just makes me wonder like if I've really built a reliable support system, and like that makes me kind of sad. And then work relationships, I don't know. I'm not gonna go too much in depth in this in the rare case that like somebody sees it, but I like to be a big presence on a work team and be in good standings with everyone. But recently there have been a couple conversations where I realized like we're not friends, which is fine. Like I definitely have been in environments where we try to be friends or we become friends, and like that can have its own like messiness and nuance to it. So it's not a requirement for sure. Yeah, it is like a bit disheartening when you realize like, oh, like these people are not chosen friends, these people are teammates and you work together, and that's about it. So question number 5 is, what has brought you joy as of late? I think this is funny because it's the title of a cookbook, but the joy of cooking. So far this year I've been trying to dine out less or get less takeout, just spend less money and know a little bit more of like what's going into my body. So I've been cooking a lot more, which is good for a multitude of reasons. Yeah, I've been cooking a lot more at home and been really proud of the things that I've made. If you have any interest in what I've been cooking, let me know. I made a cooking video, or like what I ate in a week video, a while ago, but it didn't do particularly well, and I get it, like I'm just some stranger on the internet, so like why would you really want to know what I'm eating? Yeah, I think, you know, if you understand that it's like a conscious decision to cook more, and that's something that you're interested in as well. I'm always interested in what other people are cooking up because I need inspiration so I don't get tired of eating the same things over and over again. I've had a couple evenings where I've had friends over and we've cooked. And not that that has to become the default, because in New York City, like the default is almost always to go out and eat or drink together. It's just really nice quality time and making something together and then enjoying the fruits of your labor. So that's been bringing me a lot of joy lately. Question number 6 is, how would you summarize the last month, or what has been sort of the theme? Yeah, so kind of related to my word, I guess, that I would summarize past month. Like I just think that the theme has been figuring out what is sort of the consistent week to week or day to day. Like just figuring out I feel like the phrase new normal has like really been ruined, but how I want to spend my time. Like there's not been a ton of events or like exceptional activities or whatever. Figuring out things that I like doing and want to do more often. Like I went to the ballet about a month ago. There's a thing in New York City where you can get $30 tickets if you're under 30. Figuring out if that's something I want to do more regularly. Going to the MoMA, they have free nights. Like the different museums in New York City have deals. I always go to the movies a lot. I'm trying to get back to the gym multiple times per week. I'm starting up volleyball classes, so it's really just been figuring out my routine. I don't know, something about the new year like makes it feel like we get to lay out a fresh template. Question number 7 is, am I taking care of myself currently? And this is a hard question. I mean, I think that on paper, I was telling my mom this, on paper, I'm doing everything right. I'm going to the gym often. I'm cooking at home for myself and drinking a lot of water, and I've started coming to the office more, getting those steps in and just getting out of the house because I got into a bit of a rut where I like really wasn't leaving the apartment. So on paper I'm doing everything. I would say my mental health lately, like as I mentioned, I feel very dampened, like I'm not really that excited about anything, or there's stuff that I have upcoming that I know is going to be enjoyable, so I'm looking forward to them, but I'm not like excited. I'm just sort of waiting for some jolt of some sort, or I don't know if that's gonna come, but normally when I've really had my shit together when it came to taking care of myself, it's resulted in like really happy periods of time and just sort of things like falling into place. But yeah. Question number 8 is, what's something that you can't stop thinking about regardless of how big or small? I would say something that I have been thinking a lot about lately is how hardened I may or may not have become over time. Like I'm now 5, almost 6 years into living in New York City, and there have definitely been periods of time where I just think about how work environments or, you know, demanding situations have caused me to like really harden and be really direct. Like I think a lot of feedback that I get from people and people I've dated is that I'm like very direct. Like I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm like warm and sensitive in like work environments, and I think a lot about whether that translates to my personal life and relationships, and like I don't want that, especially when it comes to like romantic relationships and friendships. Like being patient and being a good listener and being approachable is like so key to like unlocking the vulnerability that makes those things feel intimate and meaningful. I don't want to harden too much, but at the same time, like I don't want to be taken advantage of. Yeah, that's something I'm thinking about. I'm also thinking about what the heck I'm going to wear to the Beyonce concert, because very important. Question number 9 is, what content are you currently consuming that you want to remember? Well, currently watching Love Island UK. It's kind of just started. Goes on for a while, so this might be in the next update too. You season 4 part 1 just came out, zoomed through those 5 episodes. I don't love the show, but I'll watch it. The Bachelor is on, Zach. I have a lot of thoughts. I mean, like, we don't know him, so I'm not in the business of like commenting or really like criticizing him too heavily, but I don't find him particularly engaging. Starting March 1st, new season of Survivor, and my ex-boyfriend is actually going to be on the new season, so that will be a lot to process. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah, not much notable in terms of like TikTok or YouTube content. The Super Bowl was just this past weekend, so I feel like my whole TikTok For You page is just Rihanna. Really fun. I really enjoyed her performance. And question number 10 is, what are you hopeful about or looking forward to in the coming months? I'm really excited for my mom to come. She always comes in the spring and in the fall. We always go out to eat great food, and we're gonna go to a couple art museums, and just, I don't know, it's just so nice when she's here. Much as I love living alone, like it's just really nice to have a family member here and for us to spend some quality time together. So we're also going on family vacation later this year, and I'm in the midst of planning hopefully a birthday trip in June, so there's a lot that I'm hopeful for, and I'm hoping that some of these things like trigger a bit more happiness in myself. So that is the 10 questions for this month. I will be doing the same mid-March, and I hope these questions were of interest. If not, then it's just me documenting myself. Maybe you'll consider doing the same. Maybe you're a journaler. Maybe you want to make, YouTube videos, TikTok videos. I think there's a lot to reflect upon. I think reflection is so important for learning about yourself, checking in with yourself, and being able to process your emotions in real time. I think that a lot of people don't do that enough. And some people do it too much. Sort of a self-indulgent self-awareness exercise. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe if you're not already. Stick around. Lots of New York City content coming up. I'm listening to different music genres every month, so that's something that I'll be reflecting on at the end of each month. I'm gonna do a vlog every month. These are all ambitious plans. I really hope they come to fruition this time. Yeah, that's all I have to say. That's me checking in on Valentine's Day in February, and hope to see you guys soon. Bye.